Welcome back to Strange but True. If you've ever walked alone in the Welsh hills on a foggy day, you know that feeling, like something's watching from just beyond the mist. Tonight's story comes from right here in Wales, in the heart of the Brecon beacons. 5 friends set out for a weekend hike in 2019, and only fragments of them were ever found. This isn't folklore or a ghost story. It's backed by South Wales police reports, search logs, coroner's findings, and interviews that still haunt the locals. Families still ask, what really happened up there? Turn off the lights. If you dare, get comfortable, because this one stays with you. Our story starts in the small valleys town of Merthyr Tydfil, not far from the beacons. The 5 were locals in their late 20s and early 30s, good mates since school. They were fit, outdoorsy types. Daffyd, Dave Rees, a mechanic, his cousin Lowry Evans, a nurse, Rhys Morgan, a teacher, Sian Pritchard, who worked in a cafe, and Thomas Tom Llewellyn, the quiet one, a former soldier who'd seen service overseas and had come back, bringing his nightmares with him. On Friday, October 18th, 2019, they drove up to the beacons for a 2-day hike. The plan was simple. Park at the Story Arms on the A470, climb Pen Ifan, the highest peak in South Wales, then camp overnight below Corndu and loop back Sunday. Weather forecast was mixed, clear start, but fog rolling in Saturday. They texted families photos from the car park at 9 a.m. Smiling, rucksacks on, excited. That was the last normal message. By Sunday evening, no word. Families rang around. No one had seen them. Monday morning, police were alerted. A search began. Mountain rescue teams, helicopters, dogs, even RAF assistants. First find, their VW van at the Story Arms car park. Locked, but strangely with keys inside on the dash. No damage. Inside, half-eaten sandwiches, water bottles, a map with Pen Ifan circled in red. Phones? They had been left behind. All powered off. Footprints led from the van up the path toward Pen Ifan. 5 sets, clear in the mud. But they veered off the main trail halfway up, heading west into the wilder side toward Corndu, one of the deep, bowl-shaped valleys locals call cirques. Steep, rocky, often fog-bound. Not the planned route. For weeks, nothing. Then, in late November, after heavy rain washed away snow, searchers found the first body. Lowry Evans was discovered wedged in a narrow gully in Corndu, about 3 miles from the trail. She was curled in a fetal position, clothing torn but no obvious trauma. Autopsy showed hypothermia and starvation. Strange detail, her hands clutched wildflowers, foxgloves and bluebells, out of season for October. No explanation. She'd lost nearly 40 pounds, as if she'd been out there weeks longer than possible. Next came Rhys and Sian, found together in January 2020, higher up near the ridge of Corndu. Frozen, side by side, under an overhang. They looked peaceful, like they'd just sat down for a rest. Their packs were gone, no food left. Autopsies showed they'd eaten nothing for days, except for berries and mushrooms. Some toxic were found in their stomachs. Toxicology showed no drugs, but traces of something unidentifiable, like plant alkaloids not native to the area. Dafydd was found last, in March, deep in the valley floor, near an old sheepfold ruin. He'd climbed down impossibly steep scree. Cause of death, fall, and exposure. His boots were missing, feet bare, frost-bitten black, and carved into a nearby rock, crudely with a knife, were Welsh words. Translated into English, they said, "They are dancing." Tomo, never found. Officially, still missing. But here's where it gets truly strange. Witness statements trickled in later. A farmer near Libanus, miles away, reported seeing lights flickering on the ridge the night they vanished. Blue-white orbs moving in a circle, like dancers. He thought hikers with headlamps, but no one was reported up there. A mountain rescue volunteer swore he heard music, faint, like distant fiddles and laughter, coming from corn dew during the search. When he followed, it stopped. He found fresh footprints, barefoot. Old-timers in Brecon pubs still whisper about the Tylwyth Teg, the fair folk of Welsh legend, beautiful, otherworldly beings who live under the hills or in mist-shrouded lakes. They lure mortals with music and lights, make them dance until they drop, then take them to the other world. Time works differently there. Hours become years. Those who return, if they return, are changed, mad, or they simply vanish again. Locals say the beacons have always been one of the thin places, portals. The Brenin Lwyd, the Grey King, walks the mist, a tall figure in fog, calling lost souls by name. Hikers report being led astray. Circles that go nowhere. Sudden silence where birds should sing. Police dismissed it all as coincidence. Official verdict: group got lost in sudden fog, panicked, separated, succumbed to exposure. Hypothermia causes confusion. People strip clothes, eat wrong things, hallucinate. Classic case. But questions remain. Why leave the main path for the dangerous route? Why abandon phones and food in the van? Why the flowers, the berries, the carving? Why did Lowry lose so much weight so fast? As if she'd been missing months, not days. Tomos. Some searchers claim to have seen a figure matching his description on remote hills years later. Wild-haired, barefoot, staring toward the peaks like he was waiting for something. Sightings stopped after 2022. The families never accepted the official story. Lowry's mum keeps a candle lit by the window. They didn't just get lost, she told a local paper. Something called them, and it kept them. This case echoes older Welsh mysteries. Hikers vanishing in Snowdonia. Walkers found miles off course with no memory. Always the mist. Always the music. Coincidence? Or something older? Still watching from the beacons? What you think happened to the Brecon Beacons 5? Folklore bleeding into reality? Or just tragic bad luck? Drop your theories below. If these kinds of stories give you chills, smash subscribe, hit the bell. More strange but true coming your way. Thanks for listening. Stay safe out there, especially if the mist rolls in. Strange but true. Out.